Kara here, and one of my favorite desserts, as you know, is chocolate and peanut butter, specifically peanut butter cups. But the one thing I love is when Reese's comes out with their seasonal peanut butter cups, whether it be the Easter egg, the Christmas tree, the Valentine's Day heart, you know what I'm talking about. It's titties approved in my eyes. It's so good. So I've tried today to recreate that recipe, a little bit healthier and higher in protein. So today we're gonna make a Reese's peanut butter cup higher in protein. So what you're gonna need for this recipe, not too many ingredients, but you are gonna need to have some type of peanut butter on hand. I'm using the Peter Pan because it's what I have on hand, and I do feel like it tastes very similar to the Reese's peanut butter. For sweetener, I'm going to use a little bit of Splenda, and I'm also going to use a little bit of agave nectar. You could use honey, or you could just use whatever. You could use one sweetener if you want. I'm going to use almond meal flour, which you may not have on hand. This is by Bob's Red Mill. You can pretty much find this at any grocery store in like their health foodie type section. It's basically just ground up almonds. So if you do have almonds on hand, you could do it, old school and just grind it up yourself. This is a little bit quicker. And then for protein, I'm going to use my favorite MTS Nutrition Vanilla Whey. This is a no-bake recipe. So what I'm going to do is I just have a plate here with some wax paper on it. And then we are also going to dip these in chocolate, so either some dark chocolate chip morsels or milk chocolate chip morsels, and we'll get those going after. So the first thing you're going to want is a bowl, and I already have measured out 2 tablespoons of my Peter Pan peanut butter. Next thing we're going to add to it is, let's start with the vanilla whey. I'm going to add 1/4 of a cup of the whey. Just dump that in here. Nice thing about this recipe, and most of my recipes, is just throwing shit in a bowl and mixing it around. It's nice and easy, and that's the way I like it. Sweetener, I'm going to add just 1 tablespoon of the Splenda. Whoops. Wouldn't be a video by Kara if I wasn't dropping shit everywhere. Next, agave nectar. I'm going to also add 1 tablespoon of this. Next, we're going to add 1/8 a cup of the ground almond meal flour, which this is 1/4 of a cup, so just going to kind of eyeball half of that and dump that in there. Okay, and next thing I am just going to add is like 1 little tablespoon of water. Just because we're not adding a lot of liquid to this. And you're going to want to stir it up, and we need the batter to be like a sticky consistency. You want to be able to form it, and we're going to use the tablespoon to kind of form our little peanut butter cups. Okay guys, so I did end up, after I stirred this around, I ended up adding 1 more tablespoon of water in there, which seemed to be just enough, so I'd probably add about 2 tablespoons in there. And I don't know if you can tell in video, but you want it to get nice and sticky where it will hold together, but you have to be careful that it doesn't get too wet, because then it's not going to stick together. So what I'm going to do is use my tablespoon here to scoop and kind of portion out each of our peanut butter cups, and I'm going to just lay it out here on my wax paper. If you don't have wax paper, you could just use aluminum foil. You just want to put it on something that it's not going to stick to. So it kind of comes out looking like a little oval, almost like a little Easter egg size, like so. So I'm going to put those all. So that made exactly 5 perfectly little nice peanut butter cups. So if you use your tablespoon, that should perfectly portion out those 5. So once we've got our little peanut butter cups set, the next thing we need to do is melt some chocolate. I am just going to use what I have on hand here, some milk chocolate morsels. You can use any variety of chocolate you like. You could make white chocolate peanut butter cups if you like. So I am just going to, I'll measure out like 1/4 of a cup to start. What I'm going to do is just throw this in the microwave and let that melt. And what we're going to do is just kind of take our eggs and kind of dip them in there. So I'm just going to get this heated up, and then we'll get those chocolate coated. Those macros don't count. Okay, make sure you're careful when you take the bowl out of the microwave. That shit's hot, and I forget that quickly. So I've melted my 1/4 of a cup of milk chocolate chips, and I'm just gonna take my little Reese's type egg here, and yeah, just gonna kind of dip it in there like that. And I'm just gonna go through and dip all the tops of them. And after I do that, I'll finish drizzling the rest of the chocolate on it to kind of even it out. And if you wanted to save on macros, if you don't want to use this full amount of chocolate, you certainly don't have to. You could just drizzle it on top. You could lightly drizzle it, or you could even skip the chocolate altogether if you don't feel like you need it. Okay. Now just to finish adding the chocolate to it, I'm just taking a knife and smearing it. That's one of my favorite words. I don't know why, it's just fun to say, smear. And just kind of smear it along the outside. Okay, so I've finished putting the chocolate on my peanut butter cups. I just did them around the outside. You could do the whole mamma jamma if you want. As you can see, I didn't finish using all my chocolate chips, so I'm just gonna kind of guesstimate about how much chocolate I use. Yes, I'm gonna guesstimate on macros. It's gonna be okay, everyone. It's not that serious. You can guess sometimes. So I'm gonna guesstimate on that. And there you have it. This is pretty quick and simple. I'm gonna put this in the fridge for a couple hours. I'd recommend you do put it in there for a couple hours to just let the chocolate chill and harden, and then you should be good to go with your little peanut butter cups. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a try. I have done a peanut butter cup video in the past. This is totally different with different ingredients and a different technique. So give it a try. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Merci beaucoup, bitches. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.